Hello, and welcome to another day of the Triforce Blitz tournament. We're here with Game 2, Jaxstronomy versus Favio, after Favio took match 1 yesterday. So this is a pretty hype match, because if Favio wins, Favio gets to move on to finals. If Jax wins, ties it up for Game 3. I'm here this morning with GodEmperorSodium and Chuckles as my co-commentators. How are you two doing this morning?
According to Jax's name. But I'm
great.
I
mean, it makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
This is Triforce Blitz, so kind of is correct. Yeah, this is going to be fun. We had a really wacky, logical mess yesterday, which is still kind of raveling my brain in this match, so let's hope we get something a little bit on the nicer side. I think both of these people... both these runners would have liked a bit of a better performance in their seed yesterday, so this is their opportunity to really show us what they are worth.
And with that, chat, Chuckles has just deemed that this is going to be the jettest seed of all the jets.
No, let's have just like a 3, 4, 6. Like, let's just pick up a couple of pathins, let's go to some reasonable dungeons, and let's be happy that we're going to have a good evening, afternoon, morning for the rest of the day.
Oh no, I'm betting on a 31 to 35 total path count. Like, I want some pandemonium.
You love pain, Sadie. You love it way too much.
I do. You
were calling for lax yesterday.
And I still am. All right, we are off. I saw Fire Force, Dodongo, Spirit, and Deku Tree, I think?
Yeah, I in our Forest Medallion, so that's kind of a nice one to maybe get the song from Prelude, so let's see.
Here we go, guys. Here. Chaos.
Huh? 6 steps, 1 step, and 0 steps. Okay.
And Dodongo's on
path power.
Oh, boy. Well... I think I know where Jax is going immediately.
So, yeah, this is really interesting that Dodongo's has our power piece, but there could just be a piece chilling in DC anyway, with it being a 0 step, so 6-1-0 today.
Yeah, I'm liking the idea of a 6-1-0 with... We're going to hint Dodongo's, okay, I'm going to go rush it anyways, because there's a 0 step. Let's go.
Hopefully they find something interesting in Cat just to allow them to kind of enter that and see who kind of has the execution advantage to get the Dodongo's piece potentially first. But zeros could be... What else could 0 be? 0 could be Forest, 0 could be Fire, 0 could be Spirit. What about a 0 Spirit
Oh,
piece?
God, don't say that. It's too gross to think about.
More Chuckles. Give me more. I want more pain.
More pain.
Even I don't wish a 0-step Spirit piece on our runners.
I didn't say there was a 0 GTG yesterday as well, so maybe 0 GTG.
It's really interesting to see our runners just literally like seconds apart from each other.
Very different to yesterday's seed when they were both kind of all over the place to start off.
Domains of Wanderer, and okay.
And we know what Wanderers can be like. Obey them at your peril. There is some form of item that is worthwhile. Well, that fills an inventory slot in Domain.
Ooh.
And hookshot in the windmill.
Alright, so Cat got some movement. Jack breakdancing on the windmill twist.
The question is this going to push them towards an early forest?
That's a good question, especially now getting Song of Storms. That's a lot more checks too.
Yeah,
plus, and also getting you into bottom of the well. That might be either the 1 or the 0.
Can't be the 0 because you need at least Song of Storms to get down there, but it could definitely be that 1.
Yeah.
Wisdom, yeah.
Lots of early heart pieces, which is nice. We were talking yesterday about how in this mode, with bomb chews being in big chests, you don't get a lot of health in these seeds because you aren't just opening a bunch of little chests looking for explosives.
Yeah, and when you're jaxstronomy just not picking up the heart pieces there as well, then there's a heart piece staring at you in the face and you're not picking it up, then you're going to be in for a low heart seed.
Yeah, Jax is here to fight. And hover boots in the shield grave.
So, items, but no items to get into Dodongo's cavern yet. So, hovers could be reasonable for fire usage. Hookshot, like we said. Forest. You know, we've got lots of options open to us already. I think Favio is going to get a 48. I mean, 51 in this Dampe race.
Well, let's see how much of a sniper Dampe wants to be today.
I always find when Dampe has a fire source in their, like, they give you a fire source, they just give you twice as many fireballs.
I always just thought when I went down there, it's just the AI going, "Oh, you're getting too good at this. No, stop." Like, I look at all the runners that are like, "Oh yeah, 47, 48, look at us go!" And I'm like, I'm still at 51. What the hell, Dampe?
Yeah, I was right. 51. There we go. I'm so happy that I'm right.
Okay.
That's
Don't say it,
a
chat.
nice early bottle.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Hey, I'm not gonna say it.
Don't say it, chat.
Oh, you know chat's thinking
Rush. Ice.
it. No!
We do have hover boots. We can hack our way into ice. There was a match, a different Triforce Blitz match that Jax was in, and they did struggle with getting into domain with the hover boots. So maybe they've practiced it. Maybe they can work that magic to get in there. But yeah, nothing really pulling us to the ice cavern thus far. So that would be a, let's say, aggressive play to be in ice cavern early.
Yeah, it will really come down to what the path to power hints wind up being. I mean, certainly if you get some sort of hint that, like, steers you towards Ice Cavern, wouldn't be a terrible idea to go Zora skip and go check it out.
Fabio's done with adult. Fabio is finished, and they are going to child. I wonder if they are doing what you were saying before about this wisdom piece being one and having storms. Maybe they snipe to the bottom of the well. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I think especially without having strength or explosives immediately, it's a pretty good bet to just go rush the well and see what's down there. Even if you can't full clear it at this point, there are just so many peaks, you can at least kind of get a feel for what you're leaving behind.
Yeah, no explosives, no ZL thus far, so like you said, you could see a lot. The only two checks that you can't see would be the dead end ones, but you're pretty much leaving behind, what, like 7 checks of the well if you don't have bombs or ZL, so that's leaving behind a significant amount.
KLO is also horribly pointing out that Burning Cack is theoretically a one pass, so if we need that Burning Cack song, that would kind of suck.
And water is foolish.
Oh, that's a great hint to get. I love a foolish water. In fact, I think water has been foolish on the last, like, every single seed that I've commentated this weekend.
Sadie's just forgotten what the water temple is like.
It's like, what is this water of which you speak? I say as I guzzle soda at 7 a.m.
The infamous water temple of the Ocarina of Time. Sadie does not know.
Kokiri Wanderer?
Okay, there's our second Wanderer, so makes sense that we've got more Wanderers because we only have 7 Pathins, so we'll need some Wanderers to replace. The question will be, will we see sometimes hints today? Fabio doing market as Jax heads to the river, getting that information.
Yeah, I think this is smart of Jax. Yesterday's match between Jax and Fabio was really, really close. It really just came down to who could interpret some very convoluted hints better. And Jax is amazing at logic, so it's like getting as much information as Jax can to try to catch up is good. Especially with Nocturne being on freaking one-step burning cat. Hypothetical one-step burning cack.
So, power and shadow?
Hey, yo, let's go.
And
that would be gross, but also totally on the table.
Yep.
I 100%. Hate how much that's on the table.
I like it. I like it. It is the only piece that could be in shadow, but
good God.
Power.
Good God. Chloe with the big hate play there. Nocturne on BK with a one-step burning cag for the deep shadow power play. Holy moly.
That'd be crazy.
It would be gross, but you know what? That's kind of what I'm hoping for at this point.
I'm here for it.
What was that hint for skulls? They're dead?
Recovery heart. Yeah, very dead.
Yeah, we're getting a bit of pixelization, but I'm pretty sure that was a dead skull hint.
Looks
right.
like graveyard.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say graveyard wanderer.
Hey, look at that, guys. Look what your hover boots are. Well, joys.
Okay, but you want to know what those Wanderer hovers could be for. Those Wanderer hovers could be for getting to Volvagia. Just saying.
Well, I'm just going off of Chloe's deep shadow idea. But you're also right. We could go to Volvagia.
But in order to get to deep shadow, you do have to go finish fire. Just throwing that out there.
I hate it. Give me more.
Don't worry, we got plenty of seed left. I'm sure I'll think of some more horrible things. Alright, so let's see what's here in Kokiri Forest. Jax is here already chasing that Wanderer. And Mido is stacked! Okay, Slingshot.
Mido, who said you could hoard so much?
Ice Arrow, so we can go logically beat Bongo. And what was that last item?
Bomb bag. Bomb bag.
Okay.
We're going to DC.
Oh yeah. Well, Jax is gonna speed to GC as quickly as humanly possible.
Then by speed, we mean we're gonna go through Lost Woods and go take the Goron City checkpoint. And grab this hint. Death Mountain Crater Path to Power. Alright. Alright, game. I see you. You just want us to hang up in Death Mountain. That's cool.
Makes me wonder if it's the song up there, if maybe it's the item out on the crater, which would also explain those hovers, Wanderer.
It makes sense for the song, that's for sure. But I mean, we also have a hook shot to get the song, so it could be hovers, it could be the hook shot, who knows. Grottos aren't paying out today. Domain is still Way of the Wanderer, guys. If you haven't seen.
Yeah, it's like, just in case you didn't see it the first time.
Now, don't show me the third time, please. Okay, thanks.
Oh, that would be so nasty.
That would make you have to really sit there and think, like, do you go for Unfreezing King Zora, or do you just rush Domain as a child and just grab those 2 checks?
Yeah, if you go to ice and you don't have the blue fire yet, I mean, beating DC gets you the dungeon to be able to get the blue fire from Ganon, so you might want to do it that way around.
Yeah, I mean, also with like a zero path, I'm actually surprised we haven't gone into DC yet to just beat it and get into Ganon's.
Yeah, we needed a bomb bag or a strength or a hammer to get, or choose to get into DC.
Which we have the bombs on Jax's side.
Yeah, so if Jax got that from Kokiri Forest, then they're definitely, the route that they're taking looks like they're rushing DC.
Yeah, and Favio will get those bombs here in just a second, and then have some choices as far as where he goes.
Favio, you've got the ice arrows. You know you need to rush. Shadow, go man. Go man, go.
It doesn't matter that you don't have Dins yet if you just...
We'll get that on the way.
Just break the door. Don't worry about it. Just go through it. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh, Jax is liking what's on the volcano.
Okay.
I don't know what it is though.
That was an interesting setup for that.
Yeah, I kind of just roll and hope, but I'm assuming there are setups for it.
There are absolutely setups for it. I tend to just kind of angle myself to where I can see the little edge of that volcano. Jax is just saying, screw this. I'm just gonna go up the volcano this way, see what's there, and call it a day.
Really wanted the blue P. But then...
Alright, Jax. I like this. Pathing?
Like
nah, who need...
No.
Put it back. Put it back. Put it right back. Just leave that right there. Alright, here we go.
It would have been interesting if Jax decided to play Requiem, but if you're thinking about heading straight to DC, then you don't want to be in the Wasteland, because it would take you quite a while to get back here.
Yeah. I mean, that's absolutely something I'd be putting on the back burner going, alright, so I've got a song that basically could be me crying. Alright, let's go.
Save that for another day. Save the crying for another day.
Yeah, you know, we'll save the crying for another 5-10 minutes after I go PT and call it, and just, you know, grab other important checks. That's fine, don't worry about it.
One thing that you can do with the with Requiem, normally more important in standard, but we have Suns here, is that it can reset time of day, as Lake Hylia is also Wanderer.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our third Wanderer hint. Lake Hylia is Way of the Wanderer.
Fourth Wanderer.
Well, third different Wanderer.
No, we've gotten Wanderer Kokiri Forest, Wanderer Graveyard, Wanderer Domain, and Wanderer Lake Hylia.
Yeah, we've got...
Don't mind me, my coffee hasn't kicked in yet, guys.
So we
Shout
should
out to
get
our
another
trackers
one.
for keeping the note sheet up to date, by the way, so that I sound smart.
Hyrule Castle is foolish.
Well, I guess we don't have to go down to that that Song of Storms grotto in the back of Hyrule Castle that no one ever goes to. I mean, what?
We saw it yesterday, didn't we, Sadie?
We did see it yesterday. It was for a completely useless hit. It was amazing.
What happened? Did they literally just go, I'm just in a bad place. I need to figure out what we're doing here.
That was basically exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Also, hey, banana.
We haven't got Jabu Foolish yet, which I'm just shocked about. Where is this Jabu Foolish in?
Joke's on you. Wisdom on the... actually, no, power on the boomerang chest.
Hyrule Field Foolish. That's a great one to get. I'm also... So something interesting that we're seeing with our Wanderers is that so far all of our Wanderers are overworld. We're also getting, like, quite a few Foolish that are overworld, which means that, like, there's quite a few big chests in our dungeons today.
Ooh, Forest is power.
I think we got one. No, we don't. We do have one back there hidden. Jack's throwing the Deku Nut of anger.
Forest of Power with an early hook shot would honestly make Forest a pretty tempting dip at this point.
Throw me a bow and I'm just like jumping right in there immediately.
I didn't see any of those hints. I think one of them was another power hint, but I didn't see the other. Yeah, unfortunately we were on the wrong slide when Favio read the hint.
Alright, so Jax grabbed both a Goron Tunic and Claim Check, which will be nice whenever eventually Jax finds their way back into the crater. We should be at DC dip now.
I mean, once we go get hammered, we just go 3-heart Volvagia fight. I mean, sounds good to me.
Yeah, there's no way that could go badly. You got Fairy in a bottle and everything.
You just don't get hit. That's all you need to do.
Okay, pack power, according to chat, was one of the hints that we just saw from Favio's own personal tracker. So, what do we found? We found a hook shot. That would kind of make sense because we need to get into Forest, because Forest is path. And the song was
Storms.
So it's either the song or it's going to be hookshot. If we find a bow here, then that would definitely put me towards going to Forest Temple.
Yeah, I definitely would say I'd be having the hookshot at the top of my head, but that Storms, you know, is ever present. Maybe there's a bow, maybe there's a strength in the well, something like that.
And hey, that's our third Graveyard Way of the Wanderer in DC.
Yeah, that's what I thought I was going to ask. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. We're at 3 on Graveyard now. Okay, so we got hovers.
There's something in the Composer's Grave.
Yeah, because we haven't found anything. Or did we do Dampe digging?
No.
We have not done Dampe digging, so it'd have to be one of those two.
Yeah, we have Dampe and we have Composer, so it could be either the... Yeah, it's either the chest or the song. I'm gonna guess song for that, just because that would make most sense.
It's gonna be Sari at the Forest access.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense, especially with Crater Requiem, because that has me wondering if it's like Requiem to go get ZL, to go get, you know, either Minuet or Saria's in the graveyard, with the other one out in like Ice Cavern or something stupid.
I would like to tell you how gross that play is, and I like it. Someone do it. I'm also just a person of, I hate rushing ice. Rushing ice to me is always a ew play, because it seems to always win. And where's the fun in exploring if you're rushing the win? But I'm also here commentating. I want more of this game.
Rush ice.
Alright, frogs in the rain. What do we got?
A Kokiri sword! Now here's the
knife?
thing about that. Here's the thing about that Kokiri sword. Is that cannot be courage or wisdom, because it's already one step deep.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was anything, it would be something to steer us toward power. But with us not having any kind of Deku hint at this point, I'm not sure if that's a really appealing play.
No, I mean, I look at it right now as a, oh, cool. I now have the ability to stab things as a child. This is much better than just running around with Deku sticks. Hello, big chest. Are you a bow? Please be a bow. That's a Poe, not a bow.
It rhymes. Ginger saying RSL and plenty in the same sentence. It's giving me shit.
You getting a little PTSD there? Because I'm getting the same thing.
I don't want to play Plentiful ever again, so...
Hammer inside of DC. Hey, everyone, remember our earlier guess about burning cack being important?
There's the one path required to get into there. What's our bomb bag situation? Do we think bomb bag is Wanderer from Kokiri Forest? Is that our thoughts and feelings at the moment?
I really firmly believe it. I mean, it could be Slingshot to go do, like, Child Spirit or something, especially because we've already seen Boomerang, but I'd be way more inclined to believe that Wanderer bomb bag.
Alright, Favio checking out our Wanderer domain. All right, chat. Get your guesses in. What kind of logic are we gonna get in here? Okay, but for real to start, that'd be hilarious if we get a scale to lead us to Lake Hylia. Yeah,
Yeah, that
Valley
would
is
be
useless.
really efficient. That would be really good.
It's like, here's a Wanderer hint to go get another Wanderer hint. Like, am I playing the Wanderer Triforce hunt or am I playing an actual Triforce hunt? Come on, guys. Oh.
Magic in DC. Okay.
Yeah,
That
I
would
like-
also be useful for Deep Shadow.
Alright, so I'm just gonna call it now. Clo's got the spoiler. Clearly, Clo has the spoiler.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see double path for Dodongo's Cavern.
Could. Definitely could.
For the
Really
hammer
depends
and-
on where that other magic's hiding.
Yeah. The lizard is down. Jax picks up the first reward and therefore access to Ganon's castle. And you never know, the zero piece might be in there. I don't know, I haven't crunched the numbers on this, but I think it's more likely if you have a zero path that it'd be in Ganon's than it would be in DC.
For sure. For sure. And with hovers, we can at least check the whole Shadow Trial 1 check, which is nice. Especially the fact that we've gotten that Wanderer Graveyard.
And with a hookshot, you wouldn't need to do Hookshotless Spirit as well, so quite a lot you can actually access in Ganon's, so...
Yeah, I think...
Yeah, and...
Jax has there.
And with that hookshot, actually, that makes, like, Forest beatable, which does mean that Ganon's castle access is a zero step.
Well, with the hookshot, we need a bow to beat Forest, just to get into... We either need a bow or a Song of Time in order to get into the courtyard of Forest Temple, so unless the key lineup is just perfect.
We could also beat Deku as well, so...
Yeah.
That's fine. So, Ganon's is definitely Tira, as Favio is heading into said Deku tree. Wonder if they get the hints first? Yeah, they're heading for the hints.
Alright, Favio, go kill your grateful guardian of the Kokiri Forest.
Pyrofield, still foolish. Just
God,
in
that
case
has a
anyone
chance.
missed that. And that's a great foolish to get. It saves you so much time just in the overworld.
I mean, it saves you, what, like 3 minutes or so, give or take?
Yeah, but especially in a 2-hour seed, it's nice to just not have to worry about it. And Force is still path to power.
That is the second forest path hint that we've collated, so one more and it's double.
I'm kind of interested that Favia's choosing to go Deku before going well.
It's 5-ish easy checks. I think is really what he's thinking. I think he's thinking right now, you know, I got game 1, let me do some checks here. We got the easy checks with the Kokiri sword, might as well just clear some stuff out.
Yeah, I definitely think Favio is playing safe, but I agree with what Sadie's saying because, like you said before, as soon as we picked up the sword, Sadie, that this can't be a piece. There's no piece in here. So, but there could be a piece in the well. The wisdom piece could be in the well. So, I can see where Sadie's coming from, and I think I agree with that. Well before Deku. You know what? Would I even be in Deku Tree? I'm not even sure. Nothing is telling us to go to the Deku Tree. No Wanderers, no river, nothing like that. I guess the only thing would be the Cack Storms potential, but I don't know.
Yeah, I also do wonder if Favio's playing for all three pieces. With these path counts, it's totally possible and even highly likely with these two runners that we will see all three pieces. Favio might just not be worried about that early piece advantage because Favio's shooting for, oh, like, how am I going to get to that power piece?
Mm-hmm. For sure. Then who knows? He could be playing for the power first, and then he'll just run wisdom and courage. Be like, all right, they're 1 and 0, so more than likely I'm either A, gonna run into them while I'm hunting for that power piece, and B, as you said, he's got the one here. He can miss a game. It's not gonna be like the end of the world. But
yeah,
that will
and
give us
there
a game
is
three.
a big chest here.
Okay.
In case you didn't get the bomb bag before, guys, have another bomb bag.
Nothing in Ganon's either at the moment, as Fabio collecting some skulls in here. Does Jax have choose? No!
Jax does not.
Or a choose, so that's a...
I wasn't sure if Jax was gonna do hookshot extension.
You can't hookshot extend through that fence. But
Just the
you
bow?
can bow extend, yeah.
Okay. That explains why that every single time I've been trying to do hookshot extension there, it doesn't work.
Does the hookshot even reach? I'm not even sure. I just know that doesn't work.
Yeah, hookshot, long shot. I mean, I've just been trying to figure out how to do the extensions of those for the longest time. Jax,
That would
please.
be...
Jax,
Jax, please.
careful,
Jax, please.
Jax. No!
Alright. Gonna use that fairy.
F airy.
Good use of opening up a bottle.
Yeah. Time save.
Jax spin. Jax spin to win. Jax spin to win, please. Alright, I guess. Jax. Jax, please. Oh.
Really sad.
I'm gonna really hate this next room. Alright, Jax.
This is gonna be so stressful.
Yeah, I have faith in Jax.
Unless it's
Those alphos
And
are absolute
Jax
assholes.
has...
Alright, we're just... Screw it. Doesn't have anything. Get out.
Yeah, I think that's a smart call.
Okay, Jack's now playing the Requiem that they picked up, what, like 20 minutes ago?
Give or take. I mean, again, when your pathing just says, nah, don't play this yet.
Yeah.
It's like, alright, it's fine.
Oh, he's still dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yield is foolish.
Blue potato is still in the water, and will stay in the water. You know, baseball brings up a valid point. Buy your shields responsibly, kids.
And yep, there's ZL. So I'm going to stick to my money and say ZL for either Minuet or Saria's in Composer's Grave to get into Forest. Boom.
Have we seen the Minuet song? I don't think we have, haven't we? No one's hacked into...
We haven't seen Minuet, or... Have we seen the Saria's check? Yeah, we've seen Saria's. That was Bolero.
Saria's a Bolero, yep. So, Sadie, let me throw something at you that will really make this fun.
Oh, I'm ready. Bring it.
But how about Prelude in Composer Grave?
If it's Prelude in Composer's Grave, that would...
leaves the chest.
Oh. Oh, Jesus. No.
Chuckles was just like, oh, that's dirty. I like it.
But I kind of... Well, we know there's two. I think it was KLO that said that the bottle might be required to get blue fire to unfreeze King's Aura. I think that might be likely. But yeah, we've still got a second one to resolve.
Like, I'm pretty sure we didn't see anything inside of Domain that was like, ooh, piece of candy. So I think it's whatever's in Domain, if it's a Wanderer, it's on the fish.
I would like to see Favio do Valley Lake before going back to Adult. You get a load of hints, Lake is Wanderer. Whether Favio knows that or not, I'm not 100% sure. It's DMC Grotto, so I don't think so.
That was a wonderful dance move.
I'm also fascinated that Favio's not... Oh, Favio doesn't have... Well, okay, I'm interested that Favio isn't going well. Or isn't at least checking what's down there and well so that he knows whether or not it should be on his radar to come back for.
I think that Favio is thinking, okay, I don't have ZL. That's still too many checks that I don't want to leave down there. But I do agree, like, you've got bombs. That's still 3/4 of bottom of the well to do. And that's easily a good amount of checks.
And here's the thing again, actually thinking about it, is that one-step piece can't be bomb locked, or it could be bomb locked, but it can't be ZL locked because that would make it too many steps.
Exactly.
So all Favio should have to care about down there, other than keys, is just like what's in the main checks and what's in the bomb log checks.
All right, Sadie wins. Saria's check on Composer Grave. Looks like we are super into Go Forest, guys. Give us a nap time so that most of us can go back to sleep. I mean, pay attention.
Getting to Forest is a long commitment, though. You've got to get from the back end of CAC through the mountain, through SFM to get to Forest, which we know is path, so I think it's probably a reasonable play to make. I'm just kind of a little bit hung up on this zero piece, because it wasn't in DC and it's not in Ganon's at the moment. So, what are our options for that? Fire?
Yeah, I could be in fire depending on key logic. We've seen a zero-piece GTG. I don't think that's a horrible bet, especially with us already have Eponas accessible out at Lon Lon. Could be, like we said, could be in Spirit, especially with an early Requiem.
Yeah, we're running out of places where this zero can really be, so... Early kind of pointers of head into DC and Ganon's not been fruitful thus far.
Yeah, I think Fire, Spirit, and GTG are our only options at this point.
Yeah.
In terms of that Requiem and getting the ZL, if we picked up a hookshot and a magic, hookshot and a lens, then we could pick up ZL either from Requiem or from crossing the wasteland logically, which is an interesting thing to just keep in the back of our minds, building these hint paths for the 6.
Okay, but Chuckles, for real, who actually crosses the wasteland logically?
Hey, sometimes you gotta. Sometimes you gotta. The sea doesn't care.
So KLO, with bombs being in a Wanderer location, I think that Jax kind of suspects that those are not necessarily, like, hard required.
No, I mean, after running through DC and getting the 2 items there, you're kind of just like, maybe I didn't need the bombs, but yay, free dungeon? I'll take that.
Yeah, it's nice to clear up a DC with a 0. It's nice to clear up Ganon's with a 0. It gives you a lot of information about where to go. And actually, Favio now is trailing Jax, and I imagine is going to be trailing Jax for the whole of DC, the whole of Ganon's, maybe the next 12-13 minutes. So Jax has an opportunity to pick up some pieces here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I think Jax's routing has worked out very, very well, especially with being able to get that Requiem and route in getting ZL before Favio did. And I think that that's really what's made the difference between their routing. That and not having to worry about bait Gokiri Sword.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that, like, I can critique right now with Favio is, like we've said, not going to bottom of the well, that seems like a very, very risky play. Especially with how many checks there are. Like, that is also a lot of knowledge, especially if you're going to go as a child.
Yeah, it could have very easily been a piece up and forcing Jax to get 2 to take a lead. And here, Jax has decided to take the hammer and go into fire. Even though potentially the magic could be path. Unless they've kind of calculated that, you know, in their head that Shadow was just too far away. But we know that that might not be the case.
No, Chloe. I mean, unless you give me about 2.5 months to learn the entirety of Master Quest. No. No Master Quest dungeons for Blitz 2. Please. I've seen what Water Temple looks like.
Basically magic, fire, and
also begging no Master Quest for Blitz 2, because I want to try to actually run in Blitz 2.
Same.
Imagine
Same.
like learning the detailed logic for you to be able to succeed in Master Quest. We barely could do like normal dungeon logic, let alone needing complex MQ dungeon logic.
Big chest.
Here we go. Where was the hammer? Which chest was it in? DC bomb.
The hammer's in DC, yep. So this could be leading to...
Roars!
Boo.
Hey, that's a great quality of life item.
But it's not a Triforce piece. It's the wrong type of triangle. It's the multi-triangles. Alright. Jack's putting down a Feora's here. Looks like she's probably gonna... They are gonna dip out.
Yeah, I wonder where they go from here.
It's interesting because with the second bomb bag we picked up, this makes the hammer step 1, which makes anything hammer locked 1 step. So potentially it could be wisdom here. So climbing could be reasonable, I think.
Yeah, I actually like the call to be here in fire the more I think about it. Especially if you suspect that well, actually,
and Hover's Wanderer could be to reach Volvagia. Maybe you could reach Volvagia both ways by climbing and not climbing. So I don't know, this could be another reasonable spot for a wisdom piece, so let's wait and see. Or maybe Jax thinks it's standard and is trying to collect 6 medallions. I don't know, one of these things are correct.
Well, I mean, Jax also knows that we've got Nocturne on Burning Gag.
Yeah, and I do think that that'll probably be in the back of Jax's mind, especially with everything so far, like, pointing us towards beating fire, beating forest.
No, I was gonna say, like, now they're getting near like an hour in. Let's have a brain thought here for a second. Oh no! Oh no!
Got troll hold. That's really unfortunate.
Stupid dragon. There is 0 chests inside of bottom of the well that can be a 6 path, right?
Not at this point. Not with knowing where ZL and Bombag are.
Okay, cool. So we're not having triple Triforce in there. Good.
No.
It's not going to be a repeat of that seed.
No, I think that the most steps it is actually 2. Come to think of it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Depending on how we can get ZL, yeah. If we've got double access to it, then it really could be 2.
So we could have potentially 2 pieces in bottom of the well. As dumb as that sounds.
I was going to say, Jax, why don't you get Fairy, but they've got the blue fire.
Don't they have 2 bottles?
In their bottle. Oh, they might have 2 bottles, yeah. Yeah, maybe... Somebody brought up a good point in chat saying that DC was path to power. Maybe the wisdom piece got eaten up by a power, so maybe Hammer could unlock not only a piece, but an item to get to power as well. Or it's just magic is path. So again, we're running off really limited information, and these abundance of wanderers are really not helping us at the moment. We know there's at least 3 more paths that we could get minimum. It could be 4, depending if we have a wisdom one too.
And with that, Travagia actually playing nice and not troll-holing us again.
Well done, Jax. That was just... They were doing really well the first time. They just got troll-holed and couldn't get out of the way quick enough, which is a real shame.
Yeah. That's why I always hate when I see that one start lighting up. It's just like, I want to roll back so fast, but I'm like, if I roll back, I'm going to jump off the ledge. Because I know I'm just going to hit it just far enough.
Is this a piece? It's a key.
It is a key.
It's a piece of silver.
Well, that key could be interesting to see how deep we can get into Fire Temple now.
So I was going to say, that's 3 keys off of fire at the moment.
We've got quite a few keys, so we could get into the middle bit of forest without... Fire without beating Volvagia. But let's see what Jax does here.
Yeah, because is Jax going to go back into fire, which it looks like Jax is, or are you going to, or Jax is going to fake us out? Okay, I'm just going to finish my thought. Like, do you go deeper into fire, or do you go beat forest to get that burning cack?
I think it's a tough decision. I really think there is a potential that Jax leaves a piece in the next 2 checks in fire. I think that is a very strong potential.
I think it's a possibility. I think at this point, though, watching both of our runners, I think both runners are playing for that 6-step piece and are feeling like that power is their win condition. Especially with Forest being path to power, I don't blame Jax for walking away from fire and like chasing down what the heck is sitting here in Forest.
Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right, Sadie. I'm kind of, theory lurking on if something could be in fire based on incomplete information that we've got, but the information that Jax does have is that Forest is path of power. So
yeah, but I agree that Jax needs to be careful, and Jax needs to really keep track of what 0 and 1 step checks they're leaving behind.
Yeah.
I think they will. Now, like I said, they are very good at logic and very good at keeping track of stuff like this, but it's going to be very make or break depending on where that 1 step and that 0 step is. And they did leave Furor's Wind and Fire, which Saria's Objects is pointing out, which will bring them back there pretty quickly. So I think that those checks are on Jax's mind.
Really smart play leaving the FW there, because it can... we don't have Bolero, so if they do feel like maybe the Courage piece could be in there, then... Because currently we have multiple accesses to reach the Fire Temple. We found 2 keys, one which was Hovers locked, and one which was Hammer locked. So that would mean those 2 checks in the next room are 0 path. So Courage could be in there, not Wisdom like I was saying before. Courage could be in there. But then anything deeper after that would have to be at least 2 steps, because you would need Hovers and the Hammer to get there. So it's interesting. This is Prelude.
Okay.
Okay, that explains the... Saria's Wanderer Composer Grave does make me... It does, make me wonder if Minuet's out at Ice Cavern. And Rudo's Letter is more readily accessible than it might be in some seeds.
Just to highlight something. Actually, that was the first time Jax has read that Forest's Path to Power. Because the other one's in the Deku tree. And Jax hasn't gone child yet. So this is the first time that Jax has known that Forest's Path.
And
I'm wondering if that's just...
Temple.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's just confirming what Jax is suspecting about that Nocturne on Burning Cack.
it's also going to be interesting because now we're going to actually see. I think now we're going to actually see Jax start grabbing Skulltulas. Because I've asked about, like, you know, do you grab 10? Do you grab 20? Like, what is your thought process on that? Because Skulltulas, you can easily route in 10, 15 minutes of it, get 10, and grab the 10 check. But, like, do you bother unless you get, like, a hint that says Kakariko, hey, is Path to Power? Since they fall into that category of, hey, they're in Kakariko checks.
I like collecting skulls in general. I think, especially if you're only collecting 10, you can do it really quickly.
Yeah, and I believe Jack said yesterday that they're aware that they are more willing than a lot of runners in these settings to just collect 10 skulls just like really quickly. So if there is something on 10 skulls, that's an advantage for Jax over Favio, because Jax is going to route those skulls way faster than Favio will.
Yeah, especially if you get to Child, Knight, CAC, you immediately have a 3-4, depending on loadout, potentially 5 skulls to pick up.
Okay, bye, Skulltula. I guess you're just gonna stay there in the basement.
And Jack's making the smart call to, like, explore the rest of Forest Temple before going and taking out Phantom Ganon. This was a point of contention yesterday, though. Like, once you beat Phantom Ganon, you're, like, pulled out of Forest, and it's kind of hard to get back here. So Jax might come back and pick up that skull later.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Big chest.
This could be a lot.
Oh, Jesus, I hate that.
Jax, put it back. Please, for the love of God, Jax, just put it back. Just leave it in the chest. Just don't let the chest spawn again. Just, you know, put it into the shadows. Call it a day.
Let's just all have confused faces as we see that and move on with the rest of our lives.
What, confused faces? I don't have confused faces. I have put it back, or so help me.
If anyone wants... God, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Yup.
And as predicted, Favio is, like, still, like, trailing behind Jax a little bit, getting these Goron City checks. Probably going to do Ganon's Castle, but might elect to go do Fire instead.
I believe Favio's already done Ganon's Castle. I believe he is going to go on to do... I guess going to get the hint here. Ah, yes. Going to grab his Goron friend. Kamikaze! Hello.
And here's another big chest. This is probably more likely.
Hello, Chonker.
Yay!
Hello, Chonker.
Hey!
There we go. So that is pretty likely dependent on hook shot positioning. We know that Saria's is likely, a Minuet is likely accessible, so that's probably Wisdom.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And it's likely now that the CAC Path to Wisdom piece has been taken up by the CAC Path to Power.
Yeah, and that's a great find for Jax, because if that is Wisdom, and if Jax is reaching the same assumption, Jax doesn't really have to worry about bottom of the well at the moment. Because there's no way for our 0 count to be there.
That makes sense very quickly before we open up this piece, why Hovers might be Path as well, because we could get that with Hovers or with Strength. We don't want
Wow, I really hate that the scale is still the only thing we found in Forest.
We found lights. What are you talking about? We can beat Ganon. We can do the thing.
The piece is on Ganon. Everyone rush Ganon.
Whenever I did the path command in chat, the spreadsheet hadn't updated fully, but I just wrote down scale parentheses no in parentheses.
Good.
For our path hits.
Good.
The scale wouldn't really make sense though, because we have ZL to be able to get into domain as child, so
Unless
it doesn't make sense.
what if there's something on
Don't
like
Don't say it.
Lab Dive?
Don't say it, Sadie!
You know, I came here for pain. I didn't come here for that kind of pain.
You two signed up to commentate with me. You knew this was coming. And we have Fabio here in Forest Temple 2, chasing that path to power.
Now, the question is Fabio going to run straight to Phantom Ganon, or is he gonna chillax and look around and go, ah, yes, pretty temple?
Yeah, Fabio rushed Phantom Ganon yesterday, which had us pretty nervous, so we'll see if he does that again this time.
Yeah, they don't have Minuet this time to get back, so like we said before, doing Phantom Ganon is kind of the last thing you want to do. This is... Jax doesn't have a strength, so this is actually the last trick they can do here.
And before Phantom Ganon has strength?
Yeah! Whoa! So, if that were to happen, I think you have to pick up the strength and then save quit. And not go into the blue warp. I think that's what you do.
Yeah, anything that opens up more of Forest Temple, you clear out as much of Forest Temple as you can.
Yeah.
Because you do not want that scale to be your path idol.
The only thing that really opens up is the bow chest, though, because we don't have a bow still. So do you put the effort to go and get the bow chest? What if there's a bow in the bow chest?
Then full clear forest, baby!
Oh, wow.
I hate all of that, thank you.
All of it's horrible, just terrible.
Why are we
Fabio
vanilla?
is standing on his Triforce piece, how rude.
I am above this.
Oh, there it is, it's a shield, that's way the hero. Let's put
Team
shield
never
in.
buy a shield!
Let's put
Nah,
the
team
shield
buy
in.
a shield. Buy a shield all the time. Unless you're playing on practice settings, in which case, yeah, no, don't waste your money.
Okay, Jack's going to read these hints as Fabio picks up the piece around about just less than 4 minutes to Jap, so it's probably about that time behind. And
Yeah, not a huge time difference between our runners. Jax is going to get Nocturne, which is going to be huge as far as just mobility. Does raise the question of, like, what's Jax's next move? Has Jax gone child at all yet?
No, Jax has not gone child yet.
I wonder if that's the next move, is just do a child loop really quick.
Yeah, head into bottom. Well,
why go child? Everything's an adult so far.
but if our theory crafting of wisdom being the one piece is correct, then what the well couldn't have a piece?
It's true.
It couldn't, but if I was in Jax's shoes, and at this point you haven't found that 0 piece, I would be thinking of GTG and Spirit, which would make me go, oh hey, I can go do Child Spirit, because I've got that boomerang and the slingshot. Also, like, I'm going to go grab the Song Out and Lon Lon on the off chance that it's Epona's, which luckily it is today, and, like, get across the GTG as quickly as humanly possible.
And whilst that theory crafting is really nice, Sadie, Jax is not doing that. They're going to ice.
Jax knows something I don't know, so, like, power to them. Let me just say power to them.
Well, I'm trying to think, like, so Requiem to Lullaby.
Requiem to Lullaby, which...
But then DMC would be path as well.
DMC is path for power.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Crater is path for power.
We haven't gone to the fairy yet, which is also like, what the hell's going on?
Spreadsheet that our trackers are working so hard on.
I've never seen that before. What spreadsheet you on about? I do everything by my own brain.
I'm just gonna shout out our trackers right now because they are putting in so much work on the back end. Like, oh, strength.
Ball. Fish had it.
Strength Wanderer.
Strength Wanderer.
Jax is like,
You
do I
go
go back?
Right, okay, this is what I would do, and Jax is not going to do it because Jax has actively called me out for hating doing this. I would enter ice, I'd create a second save file, and I would, with one save file, stay in ice, and the other save file be back in forest.
Is that legal?
Yeah, 100%. But Jax will not do that. If Jax does that, then I'm going to laugh so hard.
I just didn't even know that was.
You and Bolero in fire.
I didn't even know that was a legal thing. Okay, that's cool.
Oh, I know why Jax is doing Ice Cavern. Jax wants to know forest logic. Jax wants confirmation that Saria is his wanderer.
That makes sense.
A load of hints here. There's 20 is dead again. Ditch? Whoa! Baseball wants to ditch fire. Baseball said delete fire? What the heck? Yeah, I think we might see... There's titties. Calm your titties.
I mean, we want to get titties. I like 6 minutes over 3.
Yeah, Jax needs the help.
Oh, it was very nice of that Octorok to just knock Jax to the titties.
Damage boosting is illegal under the standard rule set, so that's it. Jax forfeits.
Incredible.
Oh my god. Chuckles, you mean son of a gun.
Pull the plug on it, Ginger. Pull the plug.
Okay, actually, Jax might not care about whether or not Minuet is here. Because if Jax does the child loop, Jax will figure it out with where Madeleine's is. Oh, hey, Gold Scale! Hey, Lab Dive! Hey, Lab Dive, guys!
Jax.
Lab Dive at Wanderer Lake Hylia.
Jax, please, for the love of God, put that back. Or so help me.
Okay, they're just ditching ice. They're not going in ice. They've left it.
I mean, there really isn't anything that's pointing to ice yet.
No.
No, I think this is a good call on Jax's side, and with that scale, going to Lake Hylia, I don't think is like a horrible call at this point. It kind of sucks because Jax doesn't have the horse yet and won't be getting Serenade of Water, but you can do Lab Dive, you can go do adult fishing, you can, and then you can at least go check those back of lake hints. So I think that this will be like a good bit of information gathering for Jax. Jax, you know field is foolish.
So this power piece could be... Are you ready? Could be...
No.
No, okay.
I'm not ready. I don't want to be ready. Don't do it.
It could be, right, Hammer to beat Fire, 1. Hookshot to beat Forest, 2.
Okay.
Requiem to get ZL, 4. Nocturne from Burning Cat, 5. And Dins to get into Shadow, 6. It would need to be in the first 2 checks of... But then why do you need ZL? What's the point of getting ZL?
What's your 3?
So it would
you went 1, 2, 4, 5.
Oh, I said Requiem to get Requiem to get ZL. That was 2 steps in 1.
Counting is just as hard as song is.
But I just wanted to make sure we're not Monty Pythoning over here and just being like 1, 2, 5, 3. 3, yes.
But it doesn't make sense why Requiem would get ZL in this pattern though. So I think Shadow's off the table. I think Shadow's a dud.
I mean, I think Shadow's always on the table. Shadow finds a way to stick its evil, nasty bongo fingers into everybody's seeds. The seeds when you don't have Shadow is when you start panicking.
But here I am just sitting thinking, what is Dodongo's hammer or magic?
I'm gonna
Is
say
there
Dodongo's
something
is
else
hammer.
in Forest? If there's nothing else in Forest, then the only thing that scale could be useful for, because we have Ziao to get into Jabu, it would be a gold scale to get to Lab Dive. But then that would be another 3 things, 2 scales and whatever the item is.
Well, so let's think for Shadow Temple logic here. So, bomb to get into Dodongo's cavern. Hammer and magic.
We found 2 bomb bags.
Right, but to get into Dodongo's cavern, we either needed the strength in Phantom Ganon, which actually, you know what, that could be path 1. That's gross.
No, because we found a bomb bag in Deku, and that was Storm's Kokiri Sword bomb bag. So bombs are not path.
So then, the Forest Temple strength off Phantom Ganon could be path. Is probably path actually.
We didn't get a strength from Phantom Ganon. We got a shield from Phantom Ganon.
Yeah, shields are fine. Don't worry about it.
We got the strength from King Zora.
Yeah. Okay.
Which was Wanderer. Which probably means there's something deeper in Forest.
I definitely believe that there's something deeper in Forest. I refuse to believe that scale is our path item. I am interested to see what Jax finds out here at Lake Hylia. I'd like to think that will give us some clarity. Maybe we'll find a bow out here, and I bet that's what Jax is hoping for.
Well, you know, I believe in miracles.
I do hope Jax goes back to Lon Lon, because I'm really worried about Jax just completely, like, skipping over that and not leaving GTG accessible for themselves.
Let's see what's on Lab Dive. This is going to be a load of nothing. This is going to be a load of crud.
What,
if this is a bow, I'd be so nervous.
Bundle of sticks. Bundle of nuts.
Nope. Okay, nothing. Woo!
Alright, scratch those scales off. Guess we know the Tektite Grotto is a dudder as well.
I mean, is scale though? Because that's a piece. Okay. What? Why is Lake Hylia Wanderer then, guys? What's on Shoot the Sun?
We've seen a lot of. We've not seen.
We haven't seen fishing yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen adult fishing, top of lab, Shoot the Sun. Actually, this is our first visit to Lake Hylia. like,
let's not panic too much yet, folks.
Well, who's panicking? I'm not panicking. It's on Shoot the Sun. I can guarantee it.
Oh, jeez.
Just imagine that, and then the long shot would be required. But I mean, not required because it's Wanderer, but like we need a long shot.
So also, guys, because we missed it, because we're such great commentators. Happy past 1 hour, everyone.
Happy past 1 hour. Just going to give a shout out. Apparently that doesn't work when it's uppercase. Shout out to our trackers, KLO, Death Star, and Baseball for keeping our back end looking beautiful. Our note sheet looks gorgeous and is amazing, and I am constantly reading it, unlike some of my commentators.
What are you talking about? we math. We know how to math.
Shout out to Death Star for restreaming today and being totally awesome. Shout out to Ginger Sony for race monitoring today. Our runners for giving us a great showing today. This is a little tense, and I really want to know where that 0 piece is, but Jax and Favio are giving us quite the time. And lastly, shout out to all of us commentators, myself, Sodium, and Chuckles. And was that strength 2?
I think Child's done.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, Jax is going back adult. Jax is gonna be in Spirit Temple here in like 5 seconds.
They're gonna just make sure there's no keys on Child's side. Just a quick note. You said the trackers are making our back end look good. I'm just wondering which one of KLO, Dastar, and Baseball is making my back end look good. I bet it's
Shots
Dastar.
fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. Don't
see
ban
what
us.
Somewhere in
Scout
Don't ban us,
spirit.
please. So, anyways, we're inside Spirit Temple, guys. And,
Yeah, we're in spirit. Like, and I bet Jax is remembering the match yesterday. For anyone who didn't see it, like, Spirit was kind of a deciding factor. At least if I'm not getting Seed Blade and mixing up my seeds together. So I'm glad Jax is here in Spirit and is just like, okay, like, everything's kind of pointing me here. Let's go get this out of the way.
Oh, for sure. I mean, even just clearing Child Side, because A, you have a Boomerang, you have Slingshot. Like, you're gonna get keys here if needed. Like, you always want to check Child Side, because I cannot tell you how many times I've been child locked out of Spirit, and it's like, I don't want to go do this. Please, why? And then sometimes you get lucky and you don't find anything.
What was that first chest in Spirit?
Nothing.
A dead item.
Very much so.
Cool. I don't know what Jax is doing here.
Yeah, I got very confused there. I'm like, are we shooting through the grate? Like, damn.
I was like, that's not a thing.
I would have just been like, okay, Link, I guess, yeah, you have snipers. All right, we were child locked, potentially.
Ooh, good point. I keep forgetting about Deeper Fire. So, Peace could still be in Deeper Fire, perhaps?
I think the courage piece could be, yeah, I think the courage piece can be in the first, well, the main central fiery right-hand room bit of fire. I think it could be in there. That's my guess.
Isn't that the bomb lock one?
Well, bombs don't matter because bombs aren't path, but
yeah,
it could be one of those twos.
Yeah, so our locations as far as courage are either Spirit, GTG, or those last couple of checks in Fire that are accessible.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Hey, piece of candy.
Ooh, bigger piece of candy.
That's cool.
Sitting there, I can guarantee you Jax is sitting there going, what the fuck do I do with this now?
I think this might be I don't know, maybe complete the next two checks and then head back to Forest, I think is the correct thing to do. You have a strength now, you have bows. For some reason, we don't know why, but Forest is path of power.
Because Forest Temple doesn't get enough love, let's be real here.
Yeah, Forest Temple needs the love, exactly.
We all make fun of it, just because it's nap time.
So, Chad's wondering about some of the spirit logic, and I'm thinking that because we found a key on Child Side Spirit, I think that greatly limits where unless power's out here. God, yeah. I keep thinking, as far as that zero step, it's very limited on where it could be because of there being a key on Child Side.
I mean, I have an answer for logic. No.
Logic? Not even once.
No. Logic is useless.
I can't believe that we're even talking about logic on a Zooter stream.
I mean, I like how we were starting to talk about spirit logic, and I'm like, where's Baby Shark?
Okay, so that's a magic lock key. So anything 5 key locked in Spirit now requires magic and a fire source and lock shot.
That is really early with Storm's Vanilla.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we can wipe out Hookshot being Way of the Hero because that is not hook locked. So now the courage piece is now 0. The forest piece is now 0. That's what I should be saying. This is the courage piece we have, not the wisdom piece.
Yeah, trackers, time to swap that around.
Because, well, it depends where Saria's is. I really, like it's now not a hook shot. So now what is path in GTG?
Do we have a path, GTG?
No, sorry. I'm saying
How's
things
your
in
brain doing, Chuckles?
my brain is going quicker than what's coming out my mouth. So let's just see what this is. There's another bow there. That's fun. So what is the Kakariko? The Kakariko path must now be storms. At the moment, in this present moment of time, it's the only other thing that's in there. Unless there's something on 10 schools. Unless there's something on the
Fabio
archery
checked
game.
and there was not.
Okay. So the bows aren't path. The bows don't lock each other. So it's not storms to get a bow. But it could be storms to get a long shot.
But if that was true, we would see bottom of the well path, especially with us having a Kakariko path.
Absolutely. We are still missing 2 paths to power.
But we have so many wanderers.
We have so many wanderers.
I just hate the fact that I walked away for like 5 seconds and all of a sudden I see a mirror shield over on Favio's side.
Oh, wait, where did that come from? What was the compass chest in Spirit? Did anybody check that out?
Compass chest, I don't think was anything.
Is it dead? Okay, because we have... Jax has spent 2 keys and has 1 left, so there must only be 3.
I can't believe I have to ask this because it's been so long since I've played this game vanilla. Which one was Compass Chest in Spirit? That's not the one with the 2 torches, right? That's Map Chest.
No, that's the ZL locked one in the Wolfos room, right?
It's the ZL lock check.
Okay.
Yeah, with the Wolfos, yeah, you're right. What's this going to be?
Hey! Bomb chews!
Bless you.
Is that our first chew pack?
That's our first chew pack.
Bomb chew!
You guys on side.
That was adorable.
I can be evil and cute.
The perfect combination of you don't know whether to be scared or... I don't know.
That was the fear speaking. Okay, checking this CL lock check. Fabio's back in the graveyard finally to go check composers.
Favio might have a 1-up on Jax with this, depending on what this could be, because we still don't have the second Wanderer item here. Unless the second Wanderer item was a fairy bottle.
Or a strength.
I'm still pretty sure that the second Wanderer is Saria's.
Yeah.
I mean, it really depends on where
right.
Rudo's letter is at this point, but...
We need that minuet. We need to find out where that minuet is.
Yeah, like,
I
Saria's...
believe by process of elimination, it's out in Ice Cavern. I think it's the only place it can be at this point.
Would make sense. I guess mostly I'm just...
Isn't Prox 2 disabled, Dassar?
Yeah, Prox 2 is dead. Okay, that's the last key.
Hello.
Ooh.
Oh, more cheese.
Oh,
Goodbye.
Apparently, this seed decided to stick all of the bomb chews in Spirit Temple.
Spirit, yeah.
Apparently this seed has a sneezing allergy. Alright. Looks like it is Saria's down there. We take those.
We take that. So what do we think Favio's next move is at this point? I think that an advantage that Favio has is that Favio does have Eponas and can pretty easily go out to GTG if he wants to.
I mean, he has a bow, a long shot, bomb bag, strength, hovers, mirror shield. It's
like
pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's like the only things that he can't do is the strike 2 lock checks.
Yeah,
and
so
who knows,
I
there
mean,
might be a strength out there, because it's happened more than once before.
Jax is
You know
deciding not to climb Spirit, which I think is... I will tell you in a minute what I think about that. Give me half an hour and I'll tell you what I think about that.
Yeah, it's an interesting call. It does. I want to know what's going on in Jax's brain right now, not finding anything yet here in spirit.
I'm just figuring out what the logic could be.
Uggles, we've already had this discussion. Logic, not even once. There's no logic.
So we got a magic in Dodonga's cavern. We don't have a second fire source yet.
Mm-hmm.
The strengths are Wanderers, or at least 2 of the strengths are Wanderers. So to get to the top of Spirit would be Requiem. To get... You don't need ZL in this world because there was a ZL lock key. Requiem, fire source, magic. Mate, we need to be back in Forest Temple. We need to get backside back in Forest.
Yeah, whatever's in Forest, I really think is our missing piece at this point.
Oh, Jax has reclimbed, so I didn't actually spot what was on the right hand. They did it too quickly, but they've decided to go back up.
It was a small chest. That's a big chest.
Big chest.
That's a big boy.
Ooh.
Shield flicks of anger.
Shield flicks, yeah.
That's a woof. That's a woof of an item. You get baited all the way up this side, and you pick up a tunic.
That t-shirt backers will help me.
You know, I'm looking at our items, and here's the thing, is that I think that the only thing that could be in Forest is Dens at this point.
Well, I guess that starts putting Shadow Temple in some real major logic here.
Yeah, like, I think that's, at this point, the only thing that can be in Forest, especially with us having found that Mirror Shield and that long shot.
Have we done the Desert Colossus Fairy?
I don't think
we have yet.
Major in Desert Colossus besides getting the song.
Interesting. Okay, Jax. They are climbing. They were just picking up the big chest before deciding to climb. That's cool.
Yeah, I think Jax looked over there and saw and was like, "Ooh, that's a piece of candy."
So now the hookshot isn't path. That kind of opens up another space in the sixth path. Could be. Interesting. I don't know if Shadow now fits. Not really. Not with the information we have. But yeah, unless there's... Oh, this is back to fire.
Awesome.
Let's go.
And here's the thing is, especially with us putting together that courage piece is 0-step in Forest, like a 1-step wisdom, I think is way more likely here in Fire.
Yeah, this is definitely the better play. Climbing fire.
We've been all over the place today, haven't we? We've been on a roller coaster.
Listen, this is just Link's World Tour. We already know that it's going to happen.
If you wanted interesting logical discussion, then Alaga Tua is the guy for you. If you want evil, pain, and suffering, then you're right here with us. Okay, there's a key. So let's see whether this bomb lock chest is a key.
Hey KLO, what are the 3 potential Wanderer items? I know on our sheet that we have Sarias and Hovers listed as our Graveyard Wanderers, but I'm wondering what the 3rd item is.
We found a bottle in Graveyard, and we found a Strength on King Zora.
Huh.
And then, yeah, potential hovers as well. There's no... okay, so there's no key there, which means hovers and hammer are required to climb up fire. So that makes fire now not a good option.
But baseball, what they're saying is that it could be a wanderer item.
Yeah. Okay, Jax is working on the same logic as me and is leaving fire.
And just having a safety point just in case.
Yeah.
Jax has got to go get their horse. Or
They could reverse.
They could reverse.
Yeah, I think being in GTG is... Now we have a long shot. And
yeah, I mean... Well, I mean, also just knowing Jax and after talking to them about a lot of the tricks that they have in their bag, I'm 99% positive that if they're going to go to GTG, they're going to reverse Wasteland. They are not going to bother going back to Child. Because honestly, at this point, with 36 minutes left, I would not be going back to Child. I would be clearing out dungeons as quickly as I can.
Yeah, especially without Ruto's Letter. Like, there's no way you're heading into Jabu, which could be a potential. And they don't have the sword to get into Deku. So yeah, being Child kind of sucks butt at the moment.
Yeah.
They could be going back to Forest.
Yeah, going back to Forest is 100% the play. Also say that I originally bet, like, no on the, like, will we see a third Triforce piece on stream just to, like, make the odds a little bit more fun. But I'm starting to really wonder if we won't see that 6-step piece.
You're really looking good at the moment with that. You're looking good. Because let's kind of think about everything we've seen and everything we haven't seen. So Deku, seen, done. DC, seen, done. Jabu hasn't been seen. We don't have a Ruto's Letter. We don't know where Ruto's Letter is. We have a Boomerang. But at the moment, nothing really is saying to us go to Jabu. Okay. Forest, we're about to see the rest of it. Fire, we think, can't have any pieces in it because of the pack counts, and Jax's leaving of Fire kind of suggests that as well. Water is foolish. Shadow, the path counts potentially could get us there. It's undecided yet.
I think we will. I am still putting it out there that Dins is going to be here in Forest and we are going to wind up in Deep Shadow.
I mean, we dipped our... We're in the area of Ice, and Ice, depending on where Ruto's Letter is on the cards. GTG, there are bows, hook shots, strengths. Basically, the whole of GTG is zero path, right? Basically, the whole of GTG, unless you want to talk about things like the toilet and stuff like that, and maybe the right side of the maze and the centre of the maze. Maybe might need Song of Time, but kind of a lot of the main checks are zero path. So, I think there are two options. I think it's Ice or it's Shadow. As in where you would go to. I mean, it could be in Jabu, but you can't get to Jabu. But I think Ice... Go into Ice next, depending on what we find in Forest. If we find Ruto's Letter here... I don't know. This is great. This is fantastic entertainment.
I mean, if we find Ruto's Letter, I mean, it's definitely... we go do Ice, because that would make the most sense.
Or Jabu.
Yeah, I mean, it would make the most sense because it unlocks both of those, and it puts it in logic. Now, if we find Din's Fire, if Jax remembers that Kakariko has Nocturne, I mean, we're looking good. Like, get Din's, get Nocturne, Shadow Temple, Prophet?
Where is Nocturne?
Burning Cack.
Burning Cack. Okay.
Yeah, it's vanilla.
Yeah.
Oh,
hello.
Big chest.
Here we go. We got early doors.
That is a bow-locked bow.
It's a bow-locked bow.
I too enjoy bow-locked bows.
Check that one off your bingo cards, whoever's got one. That's a Polop bow.
Yeah, we do have bow percent, so check that one off our list.
It's also interesting that Favio, now in Spirit, is going to be trailing Jax once again. So we had this last seed with Jax and Favio where Jax was kind of 8 minutes behind Favio. But this seed, it seems like Favio has constantly been 8 minutes behind Jax. So it's just really interesting how this has all come up. And it's all because of the really quite extensive child section that Favio took that really didn't really help at all.
Yeah, has Jax gone child once?
Yep.
Yeah, Jax was child for about 8 minutes.
And then Jax said, I'm done. Back to adult. It's all there.
This is kind of the annoying bit in Forest where you just pick up small keys. Because you have to.
Right,
Yeah,
I forgot about Jax doing Child Spirit. Yeah.
If you were to think of kind of a traditional Child 1 meta, it's like, oh, Market, Longmont Ranch, you know, SFM, whatever. Nobody had Lake and Child Spirit as anybody's Child 1 before. That's the first time that Child 1's happened.
Yeah, that starts bringing up a good point in chat. How do we think our runners feel at this point? Like, knowing that the path counts are what they are and each of them only has 1 piece. Like, surely both of them has got to feel behind.
But there's also a sense of, like, I feel like I'm behind, but my opponent isn't done yet. So you kind of get a little bit of relief from that as well.
Yeah, it's like, are we both completely lost? Are they like 2 seconds away from winning? Like,
So I think with the fact that we have a 0 count, I think they're both thinking, okay, either they got lucky and they found that 0 count, so they're ahead of me, or they haven't found it yet, let's play for the 6. And once we get that, maybe it'll be a win, maybe it won't be a win. Because talking to a lot of runners, 0s are really difficult to deal with. Because it could be anywhere, and it could be nowhere. So it's like, I'd rather have 15 items that I know, okay, this is the exact path, I know I'm going to get this item. Where 0s, it's like, alright, I guess I'm going to throw a dart on a dartboard and call it a day. Do I win?
yeah, depending on if we find all the pieces, like, one of the things I'd be interested to ask the runners is, like, do they think that the piece they have is their 1 step or their 0 step?
Favio's going to be able to long shot across from here, which is a lot nicer than needing to go all the way around the back.
For a tunic.
For the tunic, oh yeah. for the load of nothing. Because water is foolish.
Wet. Water's wet.
Yeah, water's wet. Still missing 2 half-ins.
Remember, kids, always check your nut counts.
This is still good. You kind of just want to get hit and then just jump slash them.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen these strats before where, like, you just don't even Z-target them and you do just, like, hook shot them. And it seems to work quite well.
Big chest?
Here we go.
Big chonker.
Hey, everyone, you want to know what isn't foolish? Wasteland.
my meme actually going to be a thing for once? Is my meme going to be the dream?
It can't be Shadow 2 as well, because we have long shot and hovers as well, so...
Yeah, that could absolutely be Shadow 2.
So I think Wasteland's a smart bet. No, it can't be Shadow 2, because we have another way to access Shadow 2. With the long shot and the hovers. That is in logic, right? That is in logic? Somebody confirm that to me? Is it just accessible that way, or is it in logic that way?
With a long shot and hovers?
Yeah. I think it's in logic that way.
Yeah. It's bloody hard to do that. But I think it is in logic.
I mean, it's definitely, you can get it.
I think it's smart.
Dastar is thinking that those fire arrows are for spirit key logic.
We got another.
And
we don't have another. We don't have another.
Okay, Jax, what are you going to do with those fire arrows? Because those fire arrows are kind of the only thing in forest that can realistically be path.
Dins is in the wasteland?
That's what I think.
That's disgusting and I like it.
Dins is in the wasteland?
I'm trying to figure out, though, if that would make it too many steps.
Jax doesn't have long shot, so they're going to check Shadow 2 first, which is more than reasonable.
That's one of my memes, Dastar. You get Dins in the toilet, I get Dins at Wasteland.
I'm glad you guys get things at Wasteland.
I just want anything at Wasteland. Like, I don't care what it is at this point. It could be freaking Ruto's letter. Actually, someone needs to start doing step counts and find out, like, what could be at Wasteland that could get us to 6.
Okay, so we know it has to be Requiem. And considering that we think that there was nothing in the Colossus wall, it's got to be for Ruto's letter. So fire arrows, Requiem, Ruto's letter.
We did check Composer Graves' torches, they were nothing.
So the Dodongo's cabin looks likely to be magic now. If there is some fire arrow shenanigans going on. And then it could be Din's Nocturne. No, because we need the hammer. We need the hammer. Wow. I'm not gonna say what I thought Dastar's message just said. But that's an interesting way of putting that.
I didn't even know we had an announcement feature, so that's something. Okay, so something I'm thinking is that... Oh boy. Okay, so that Storms is Path to Power, and one thing to consider is that fire arrows are just for Spirit Temple key logic. That Mirror Shield in... Except, no, that Mirror Shield would be hinted. That Mirror Shield would be hinted in some way. And that's, I think, what's tripping me up, is that, like, if something was on, like, Twin Rova, we should have a hint for it. Except Favio can't check it because Favio doesn't have the fire arrows.
Favio's not going for that check. Favio's going for GTG. Even though you have Ponos, but sure. Okay.
Okay, everybody. I have an announcement to make. It's in ice.
What?
It's in ice. Ruto's letter is in the wasteland. So it would be Requiem ZL to get into Ice Cavern.
Okay.
That was a 4th.
Hold on. Working. I'm working. Brain working.
Hold on. That was a 4th Graveyard Wanderer hint.
Yeah, because they double up, don't they? The Wanderers.
So if we find a 5th one, we should worry.
Oh god.
I still feel good about Dins and Wasteland.
Dinsu Wasteland's not a bad call for sure.
I just don't think that we can get enough steps, or the steps make sense for it to be in Shadow, because we would need things like hammer and hovers to beat fire to get Nocturne, and then you would need Din's magic. You would need. You don't need anything to beat Forest. I just don't think the paths align for it, is my problem. But I'm happy to be more than incorrect.
So KLO, I think because of where keys were placed, like I agree with Chuckles. If I remember correctly, where keys were placed, and with there being a key on Volvagia, you need hovers in order to beat fire in this case.
Yeah. We need hovers to beat Volvagia, so the hovers would be path, but we are missing path.
Oh boy!
And how the fates have turned. Okay, Jax is on a timer.
What did you mean Chuckles say like 45 minutes ago?
What'd I say?
Zero path GGG.
But then how is Forest 0? How is Forest 1 even? Unless
Hookshot.
No, we have a hookshot. Unless it's Forest Access.
Could just be Forest Access.
But then where's Saria's?
I'm sorry,
Big
what?
Chest, big chest, big chest.
Oh!
Bait.
Oh! It's like trial. It's like trial.
This is making me sad.
This is making me concerned.
So if it's in light trial,
this could be huge for Jax if Jax puts it up. If Jax goes and gets this piece in GTG and realizes, wait, but strengths are Wanderer.
Strengths are Wanderer.
Then Jax has to realize it's not. It can't be light trial.
My brain just like melted.
It's
Hold
bait.
on.
It's totally bait.
Reboot sodium.exe.
Strength. Fire arrows, magic. But then we have all the shenanigan for Requiem. So light trial doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. This is why I got knocked out of the tournament. Jax is about to get the second piece though. So Fabio's now ahead. Jax will need, in 19 minutes, to find 2 Triforce pieces, one of which we don't know where it is.
I'm just banking on Shadow Temple at this point, honestly.
I don't. Hold on, I'm gonna go quiet for a second because I'm gonna think about this like really hard.
Okay, you go think about it. We'll follow Favio going through GTG, and I'm not sure if Favio actually peeked the maze before actually going into the back of here, so I don't know what else is in GTG. But
question: was Mirror Shield bomb or ZL locked?
Mirror Shield is in bottom of the well, so it's Storm's locked.
It's.
What was it? Bomb locked inside of?
Is it Twin Rover?
That's what I'm wondering.
Storms for Cat. And then Mirror Shield. Requiem. ZL.
Those
Wait,
fire
Requiem...
arrows required a bow. That would get us 6 steps.
ZL might not be... ZL's not required for Spirit, though.
But if ZL's... Oh, right, because if ZL's required for Mirror Shield, that'll be too many steps. Okay.
I think it's Requiem just for Child Spirit logic. And then the Strength's a Wanderer. but we need magic and fire arrows. There's Ruto's letter.
Oh!
Yeah, we didn't need ZL for any of the... If we had ZL for any of the keys, then it would make 6 for Twin Rover.
Yeah. So if I'm counting correctly, and if the Mirror Shield was ZL locked, it'll be too many steps to get to Twin Rova. So I don't think it's Twin Rova.
Okay, so... Oh, that Ruto's letter, was that in the fire? Was that in the fiery?
It
In the
was.
fire room. Yep.
That's hammer-locked. That's logically hammer-locked.
It's ice.
So, hammer in DC, Ruto's letter, Requiem ZL, because you need ZL to get in. But then that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, question is, will Favio or Jax put that together? And especially, will Jax put that together fast enough to get over there?
I believe Jax will do it. I've got faith that with how Jax has been running a lot of Zooters, they're really good at putting this logic together and being like, wait, hold on, I'm missing this piece puts the puzzle here, and just go.
The only problem is, it looks like Favio's got the same idea.
Potentially. But I think it's like we say, rush Ice Cavern. Ice Cavern always has something.
Yeah, I think if Jax is able to dip out, like, immediately...
What about Chabu?
Bless you.
Gesundheit. Jabu, I think, is 2 feet... Well... That boomerang's a 0 step because of where our bomb bags are.
Yeah. Requiem ZL, hammer to get the letter, logically. That's only 5. But then we know the fire arrow is a path. What do you want from me, fire arrows?
I really agree with what Dadstar was saying. That's for stupid spirit key logic. See, whenever I don't know what an item does, I just assume it's for spirit key logic.
We haven't got anything from spirit, which is kind of... The only thing that could be in spirit, I think, is the piece.
Well, Dadstar, I wasn't going to say that your idea had 0 credibility. I'm just as lost as you are. We have 1 brain cell and we're ping-ponging it back and forth.
Well, I mean, you and Chuckles are ping-ponging it back and forth. I'm sitting here going, reboot faster, please reboot faster. Put this together in my head.
I'm still just sitting here thinking.
My brain has been defragmenting for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, right. Because I think the 6 piece is really like, what is it? Where is it? Because like, how many checks do we have that we know could be 6 pieces?
What was... is Ice Cavern the only song we don't know that what it could be? Is that Minuet? Is Ice Minuet?
Ice has to be Minuet at this point.
Ice has to be Minuet. So does Forest lock Minuet? Anybody in chat? Anybody in comms? Nope.
No.
Throw out.
No.
No. Fire arrows. No.
So how
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. Why it's not fire arrows?
How is wisdom? How is the forest piece and that GTG piece? Which one's which? Silence. That's
Like,
exactly what I want.
I mean, somebody take a bite of the Doritos. Let me know.
I'm using my personal tracker to try and keep ahead of things, and it's just a mess now. It's just a mess. There are just items all over the place. There's just theory crafting going on.
I'm interested at this call by Favio to abandon the ice play to go do Twin Rova.
I think we have to go say hi to Grandma. We have to go to Grandma's house. Like, if we don't go to Grandma's house, are we really actually playing this game? Especially with the mirror shield, like.
I think this is the only thing that the fire arrows really make sense about at the moment.
Fear key logic.
I can't believe we're going to see all the medallions in a Triforce Blitz game.
I mean, that's just.
Literally that.
I mean, so let's also point out that if this wasn't a Triforce Blitz, GG on a sub 2.
Wow! Oh my goodness! What?
Yeah, like
it would be sub 2 in this.
Fabio is probably kicking himself in the face right now, just being like, "I could have literally sub 2 to full seed."
And like Fabio wasn't even trying to like. This isn't the goal. This isn't the aim of the game. Jax is back in fire.
Okay, sure. Oh, hi, Grandma.
This is it. This is utter bewilderment from everybody. Oh yeah, Fabio hasn't actually done forest.
I'm interested that Jax has chosen fire over ice, and I'm wondering if that means that, for whatever reason, Jax thinks that ice is just too deep or like doesn't fit the path count.
I agree with that. It definitely feels weird, at least in this set of hints. Because I think the only thing that Ice Cavern really... I think the Ice Cavern is like a path 3 or path 4 right now. Because you need a bottle, you need Rudo's letter.
There it is.
Are you kidding me?
It was a Twin Rova!
Kidding me?
Yeah, it's a Twin Rova. That makes sense.
I was really wondering that with that Cax Storms, just because then there must be a bottom of the well path somewhere.
Yeah, at the moment I only have 5 on the path to that. Storms, like, this is one of the many theory crafting things I've done. Storms to get Mirror Shield, Requiem to get into Child Spirit because you need the key, Fire Arrows and Magic because there is a small key there. I'm just thinking of what the 6th one is. I don't know. But that is the only thing that the fire arrows in the forest really kind of leads to. So that was a really intelligent play, I think, from Fabio.
Yeah.
It was not as the LK. KLA.
Yeah, GG's. That was some good keeping track of the logic. And good job on Fabio's part for putting that together. And that means that we do have our main bracket finals duo, Fabio versus Ramond.
Whoa. Interesting. I don't think either of these runners have won a tournament before, so it's going to be fun to see a new champion crowned in an Ocarina of Time format.
Sounds like we need to know when that match is going to be set up.
Now! Right now!
Okay.
We do have some availability this afternoon now.
Yeah, I mean, just
saying, there are some commentators who would totally commentate that on short notice.
I've blocked out 4 hours, expecting to do 2 matches today. I mean, you know,
Okay, Jax is
No,
continuing.
no, Distar. We're not gonna give them a chance. Give us more Zooter content. We're here for the Zooter content.
We're teasing, in case anyone can't kill. I mean, hey, it's up to you and Fabio, Ramon.
Do it. Do it, Ramon.
Your
I believe in you.
restream team is ready.
Well, I think everybody but Distar is ready.
The star is like, no, wait, what are you all doing? Don't go with them.
What? No, don't listen to them. No. You matter in my heart, Distar.
Jax is finishing up fire, just wanting to confirm that it's not here.
Silly fire climbs.
And GG's, Jax.
Hey, GG's.
And GG's, Jax.
I was thinking about just hanging in through the end of Fire Temple, but then I was like, yeah, well, I'll hop in.
And
GG's, Jax,
GG's,
as well.
Fabio.
You're on mute, Fabio, by the way. Yeah, another logical nightmare. For
Yeah,
working
just
out
wanderers
paths today.
everywhere.
Yeah. When you get, what was it, 5 wanderers, I think we've tracked, you know that you're in for a good time.
Bit of a
with
day,
Seed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. So, do you want to hear the story of the tape?
Okay, talk to me.
So, you got piece 1 first.
Okay.
And then Fabio got 2 and 3, of course.
Yeah, obviously got 3 first. Like 2 surprised me. I was not expecting to see 2 where I got it because I was thinking that the bow was path item at the time.
Yeah, so I don't know how many bows you've got. We've got a bow in the Spirit Child climb. We've got a bow in Bottom of the Well. That is not bow locked. And a bow which is bow locked in Forest.
Yeah, I only had saw the bow locked bow in Forest. I didn't actually go to Well, so. All right, spoil me. Where's the third piece? Where's the piece I didn't get?
The third piece is
Spirit?
you require
Mirror
a
lock
mirror
spirit?
shield from Bottom of the Well, and
there's the problem. Okay.
and it's not Twin Rover.
Okay, on Roba. There we go. I knew I needed Mirror Shield, I just didn't know where it was. And yeah, with that complete tangle we had with like, okay, what is path, what isn't path, I just did not know.
Hey there, Fabio, GG's.
I needed Mirror Shield.
Oh, we could just hear you.
Yeah, I just did not route in the Well when I was in Child, and that I thought about it, didn't, and that was it.
Well, your Child 1 was a Child 1 for the ages. I don't think I've ever seen a Child 1 that was Lake Hylia and Child Spirit.
Yeah.
I thought it was brilliant, just to be totally honest.
I should have taken. I thought about Well. I should have taken in Well. I didn't, and that was it. That's fair.
Yeah, we're currently. I don't know what paths you've got. We've got 4 paths to power: DC, Crater, Forest, and Cack, and they're the only 4 that we've got.
Yeah, that was the only ones I had. I was running on the hook shot. I kind of just forgot about Storms. I honestly just kind of forgot about it. It was on there. It was on my list. It was on my tracker. I just kind of forgot about it.
Yeah, because you don't have long shot. Is that correct?
Don't have long shot now.
Because the other hook is in Bottom of the Well.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Always are. I just assumed it was somewhere out there when I went to GTG, but yeah. No, just not going to Bottom of the Well bit me.
You there, Fabio?
Hello?
Hello? Yes, we've got you.
Okay.
Hey there, Fabio.
Yeah, GG's.
Yeah, GG.
I was kind of shaking for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were you heading to Ice, Favio, and then decided to circle back and go to Twin Rover?
Yeah, when I was going there, I was trying to make count of the steps to see what I've got, and the more I went to ice, like it it didn't make sense to me that the piece was there. But so I just saved just in case and went back to only between row.
Yeah, because I think the fire arrows are the only thing that kind of dictates that. Why would it be in ice? Because there's a spirit fire lock key in spirit, so the fire arrows are kind of leading to that. We are we we are kind of lost. Well, I'm kind of lost on the path because I don't see currently which one is which for the two pieces that you've got, Jax. I don't know which is wisdom, which
did
is courage.
Favio get Eponas? I'm assuming Favio got Eponas.
Favio got Eponas, yeah.
Yeah, then the one in GTG lobby is courage.
Yeah, I got the piece like an hour 30 or something.
Yeah, I got like an hour 40.
Wow.
I got the floor masterpiece like about the 50-minute mark.
Yeah.
But I was like, Wanderer hovers. That's like Volvagia or like what is that? That's Volvagia or Forest Floormaster, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so you got that pretty good. That was a nice little calculation from both of you really at the time. I know you did Volvagia. There was Jax, you were back and forth in fire so much, and we were back and forth in fire as well, in chat as well, thinking about what could or could not be there.
It was that hammer and magic in Dodongo's Cavern that were killing me for a long time.
The entirety of the seed, because we were like, Burning Cack has Nocturne. So, and Burning Cack technically could have been a one path. So
yes, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about Burning Cack as like, am I going to find Din's Fire and then have it just be on the Hoverboots chest? Like, just have it be the first two checks in Shadow.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking too. Yeah, this is. I think one of the questions I've got for both of you is that whether you intentionally stopped pushing for information or it just kind of was how the seed rolled, but you didn't really pick up many hints after the first kind of 40 minutes of the seed. So what was kind of was that intentional or was that just how the seed ran?
Kind of intentional. I had most of my information, and at that point, with a 1 and a 0 path and all of the kind of double paths, all the wanderers, you're already trying to triangulate at that point. And at that point, you're probably just getting past or places you've already been or things, you wouldn't have actually gotten any extra help, honestly, in this scene. You might have gotten more wanderers. Honestly, I would have gotten some help if I'd seen Bottom of the Well. If I had seen Bottom of the Well, if there had been a Bottom of the Well path out there, that would have changed the entire face of the seed for me. I would have. I don't want to say I would have won, but I would have certainly not been lost.
Yeah, and Favio, what about you? Like hint collection, did you think that you had enough information to get all 6 pieces?
I think so. I have some. I'm not sure about something that I think I read 3 times Graveyard Wonder, or it's my idea and I misread it.
Yeah, we have 4 Graveyard Wanderers hints actually.
Oh, okay.
Altogether, we've got 4 of them. So
I'm assuming it's Saria's and the hover boots.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a point like I had to stop reading hits and go to do dungeons. That's pretty much.
Yeah, you were getting kind of near to the end of the timer, so it kind of is at that point. It's just get in a dungeon and try and see if you can kind of walk into the pieces.
I was worried about one of the well because I leave 2 checks there.
Yeah. Yeah, when you
piece or something, or there was an item there.
Yeah, well, currently we don't know what was in there, so we've only seen bottom of the well from your side because Jax didn't do bottom of the well, so that would be yeah. What?
That was the difference really, because I blanked out on the storms. I blanked out on the storms, and I just didn't have a good way over there, and just wanted to get back working on some of the paths I felt behind because I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. Apparently, we both didn't know what we were doing to an extent.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have felt behind.
I was gonna go bottom of the well anyways, because I'm not sure if it was before or after that he got a Kakariko under. I'm not really sure. I was gonna go the well anyway, because I was missing one piece. And I probably
Yeah, because you didn't
also
go
was
into
missing
bottom of the well in your child 1. You did Deku, but then didn't do bottom of the well. Was there? And we were thinking at that point it could be quite likely there could be a piece in there. So, what was kind of your thought process in not doing well in your child 1?
Maybe trying to full clear the well in one go. I didn't have CL at that point.
Right. Okay. Makes sense.
And I think the mirror was not my CL, so I was gonna get in trouble if I would have cleared without CL.
Yeah, that makes sense. Did you did either of you like change your play style after Jax you being 1 down, Favio you being 1 up? Did you change how you wanted to play this game because of that, or did you play your normal game?
Honestly, the way I changed my playstyle was play my normal game. I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna try and play quote unquote the right way. I'm just gonna do the dumb intuitive shit I want to do. I'm going to stay adult for an hour. I'm going to chase down all of the leads I have to begin with because it's like how I like playing, and I want to just play that way today. And if I had just had the presence of mind to route and well, it would have worked out just fine for me, honestly. But no, I had a good time playing that way, and I enjoyed it. So that's really the more important point. I just played a game that's more like my game and less off meta.
Mm-hmm.
Or more off meta, I guess.
And Favio, did you change how you normally play, or did you just go with? Did you have any idea about what you wanted to do in the seed before playing?
The first half hour or 40 minutes, I was playing like I normally do, doing normal checks, going for songs. And once I had enough information, then I started to play a little bit more aggressive. But just was the last piece that was kind of confusing.
Mm-hmm.
So was trying to make the path counts in my head, and for the last 10 minutes, I could have finished Spirit while I was there, but I don't know, maybe because I didn't do GTG at that point, and now that when I got the letter that was locked by hammer, yeah, I started to panic a little.
Yeah.
At the point I cleared out GTG, I knew what I was looking for was the mirror shield. I knew that was what I was looking for, so I knew what the path was, I just couldn't get to it.
Yeah.
But again, I was laboring under the assumption that the bow in Child Spirit was part of the requirement to have the Requiem Spirit, because the only other bow I'd seen was directly bow locked.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a bottom of the well, so.
Well, yeah, I didn't go to the bottom of the well, though.
And
yeah, I didn't go to the bottom of the well, so the only one I'd seen was directly bow locked. So I thought that I was dealing with, okay, I need one more step on my path, and it's the mirror shield. So at that point, I was a little flat-footed, and I'm like, what do I do now? I guess I'm gonna go to fire, because I've got Furore's win there, and I can clear it. I'm just gonna finish this out.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Jax semi-finalist in the main bracket of the Triforce Blitz tournament, but here this is the road for you here ending. And
Hey, I'm not
Favio,
unhappy about that at all.
you played absolutely amazingly. I've loved watching you play, and you've shown your quality in this format, and we're looking forward to seeing you surely more on the Silver Gauntlets in League and other formats in future. So well done for how far you've got. And Favio's off to the final versus
so
Ramon.
go win, so I can say I lost to the winner, right?
How do you feel about playing Ramon? Have you played much of them before, or would this be new ground for you?
I think no. I think I never faced it, but no, it's gonna be a really hard race. So I'm looking forward to it. Not sure if Ramon is here right now.
They were in chat a little earlier. Yeah, they have been here, so we'll look forward to seeing that. I don't know if Sadie or Sodium. I've just been chatting crap, so I don't know if you guys have got any questions or anything like that.
Nah, I think you went over all the questions I was wondering.
Yeah, no, I've been pretty solid about that.
Cool. Well, let's thank everybody for putting on the show for us. We've got Jax versus Favio for the semi-final. Game 2 has been such a great race. More logical nightmares. It's been a really fun one to watch and kind of commentate on. We've got our trackers keeping our back ends clean in KLO, Dustar, and Baseball. We have got our race monitor, race mod, Ginger, as always, allowing us to watch these races and making sure everything is clean. We did say, Jax, that you had to lose anyway because you took a damage boost and from an Octorok, and that's banned under standard, so you had to lose anyway. Sorry.
What?
We were memeing, don't worry. And then who else? What else we got? Who else we got? Dastar's here. He's doing something. Thanks, Dastar.
No, I'm not.
Oh, right, when I got the double defense.
Yeah, you took a blow from the Octorok, so I was saying that you should be disqualified. But of course, we're joking. We're only joking. Yeah, and then Sadie, Sodium, and I have been delighting your earbuds with numerous sound waves through the internet and guiding you. Well, I say guiding, but more confusing you through this. So, thanks everybody. Thanks, Dastar, for hopefully.
Listen, they just say that guiding is memeing with style. Let's be real here. But no, thank you guys for. I'm just gonna come and take over and wrap this up real quick. But yeah, thank you guys for giving us the comms here, and of course, Jackson Favio. I don't know what it's been, but all of these semifinals match between you guys and the other semifinals have just been, I can't look away. It's just been a lot of fun to watch, and hope to see more from you guys later, and hopefully we'll get those finals going as soon as we get some matches going. Maybe, Jax, if you're interested, maybe we can get the other player from the semifinals to do a non-official third place match at some point. I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
We'll see. I know Cola is in EU time, so we'll see how our time zones line up.
Yeah, and that's a total spitball. I'm not, saying you should or anything. And of course, obviously, just let me know when you want to get these next matches going, Favio and Ramon, if you're still here, and we'll get you a team and we'll put this on stream so that we can watch it happen. These have been some great seeds, and you guys are great runners, and we can't wait